Hello, everyone, and a big warm welcome to Mindfulness with Kelly. I'm so happy to have you all tune into my YouTube channel. And if you're new, an extra special warm welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about the creative mind, and then we're going to explore a Metta Bhavana meditation practice, which is cultivating loving kindness. So they both go hand in hand in a lot of ways. So we'll explore that a little bit later. So the characteristics of the creative mind is opposite of a reactive mind. And if you wanted to tune into my previous YouTube channel, the reactive mind is incredibly interesting. So if you tune into that, that would be absolutely wonderful, because that will give you the opposite of what I'm about to talk about now. And the creative mind doesn't react, it purely responds. And it is not dependent on or determined by stimuli with which it comes into contact. And it is indeed, it is capable of transcending conditions altogether. And that's how powerful developing the creative mind is. It can have, absolutely profound impact, a profound impact to your life if you can cultivate it. And I've been meditating for, quite a few years now, and I do get glimpses of the creative mind, and they're far, far more joyful than being stuck in that constant reactive mind world. And the creative mind is profoundly and radically optimistic. And the optimism of the creative mind persists despite unpleasant stimuli, despite conditions that are unfavorable for optimism, or even when there are no conditions at all. So it seems to be able to rise above all our experiences or preconceived ideas or stories we tell ourselves. And it loves when there's no reason to love, and it's happy when there's no reason to be happy. And it creates where there's no possibility of creativity. And in this way, builds a heaven in hell's despairs. And I think when I look at potentially Buddhism or the Buddha in for him to gain enlightenment, he had a creative mind the whole time, because that's the only way that you can rise above all our hindrances. And a creative mind, it's independent or unconditioned, and to past experiences. So it's about living in the power of now, or living with direct experience without the stories following us. And it can be independent and conditioned pretty much at its highest frequency. And like I said earlier, I've had a taste or glimpses of the creative mind, and it's just so joyful. They are only glimpses. I'm definitely not enlightened. I'm on that long journey, as hopefully you might be enjoying the path of self-discovery and self-exploration. And at its highest frequency, the creative mind, it's free from the prison of thoughts, or our thoughts don't dictate the way we respond. And that's quite powerful. So the responsive mind allows compassion and empathy to unfold in our life. And I'll give you just an example. So if you're walking down the street and someone falls over, most people would go over there, to help. And I think in that moment of helping, it's a moment of selflessness. You're not worried about yourself. All you're worried about is helping the person up if they fell over. And without any prejudged thoughts or anything like that, it's just that natural thing to go over and help and help and support someone. And that's what the creative mind is about. It's about living through a direct experience with openness and love to a big degree. And another characteristic of the creative mind is it's completely aware, and it's perfectly awake and radiantly alive and conscious. And through having all those elements, there's a real sense of love, and there's a real sense of there's no intention or gain for us to be to have an aware mind. So what I mean by that is you're completely there for others. So I guess it's like a motto, like love all, serve all. It's just that oneness with the world and with other people, without doing anything for gain or for getting things in return. And if you can touch that or sense that or have a little taste of that, it's such a lovely. It's so much nicer to enjoy having a creative mind than just being constantly in that reactive state of consciousness of blame and my life is because of you and you. But if we rise above all that, that's what your creative mind is there for. So that's all I'm going to say about the creative mind. Now we're going to do the Metta Bhavana practice. And the Metta Bhavana practice is a loving kindness meditation. And all we're going to do is we're going to do 2 stages. We're going to wish your friend well, or someone that's close to you well. And then we're going to wish a difficult person well, or an enemy well. And it's just being curious about what arises within those 2 stages. So I'll be ringing bells. So all I'd like you to do now is just get set up for meditation. If you're on a chair or a cushion, just make sure you're comfortable. If possible, make sure that your back's upright. And if you can remain still, that's really powerful. So see if you can kind of just sit still. And if you feel fidgety, just notice that you don't have to necessarily react to that. Okay? So when you're ready, just close your eyes. Okay, the Metta Bhavana practice in 2 stages. The first stage is wishing your good friend well. But before we start, just check into your emotional tone. Check into how you're feeling right now, without any judgments. Just slowly check into the weight of your body on the floor or the cushion. And just notice your breath. And see if you can anchor your experience on the breath, breathing in and out. And just notice your thoughts. And if they're racing, or you've got a sticky thought of something that's quite repetitive, it may help you to label your thought and say weekend or partner. But just allow whatever arises in your thoughts to be there wholeheartedly without pushing them away in any way. And just come back to the breath. And just be curious and open what the breath feels like. So now, picture your good friend or someone close to you who you've got a lot of love for. And imagine them that they're sitting in front of you. And just start to notice the color of their eyes, their hair, and just notice their body and the shape of their body. And just notice them sitting directly in front of you. And just notice what happens around the heart and the heart center. In the heart center, we say, which is in the middle of the chest and not your actual heart. So as you're sitting here, just picture a beaming light coming through your chest onto your good friend. So they've got radiant light glistening all over them. And now we're going to wish them well in whatever way you would like to. And sometimes using these phrases may help. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you make progress. And as you say those phrases, just notice if there's any warmth in your chest. Or just notice what that does to the feeling tone or the texture, to your experience. And just notice the restrictions, are they less restrictions? May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you make progress. Just notice the effects it has on your body from bringing to mind and looking at your good friend, just baking in gorgeous yellow bright light. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you make progress. And just notice saying those words as they drop in to your heart center, and just notice if anything changes in your experience. And if your mind wanders off, the magic moment is coming back to your breath. That's the moment we rejoice. It's not a time to get frustrated with yourself, because the moment you come back is the magic moment. Okay, now slowly we're going to, your good friend is going to fade away. Now bring your mind back to your breath and anchor your experience in the breath. Now you can bring an enemy, someone that you're struggling with at the moment, and imagine them sitting in front of you. And imagine looking at their hair and their eyes, their nose and their mouth. And notice what clothes they're wearing. And again, just focus your attention on your heart center and the big bright light coming out of your heart and glistening on the difficult person. And just notice anything's changed from your good friend to the difficult person. Just be curious what arises. And then wish the difficult person well. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you make progress. May you be well, like I'd like to be well. May you be happy, like I'd like to be happy. May you be free from suffering, like I'd like to be free from suffering. May you grow and progress, like I'd like to grow and progress. So in this stage, we explore the stories or observe the stories that come out of bringing this person to mind. And through practice, you can cultivate a level of empathy for anyone that you struggle with. And cultivating loving kindness for someone is much nicer than creating hatred or blame. Because this person has a family, this person is loved, this person has the same struggles as we do. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you make progress. And just start to notice if anything's changed in your experience, or if your mind has got incredibly busy with the stories that it's telling you. But the only thing you have to concentrate on is looking at the person that you find difficult and wishing them well in whatever way that you know how. So now the difficult person just fades away, and just start to come back to the room, come back to your body, and just notice the weight of your body on the cushion or the chair. And just notice the sounds inside the room and the sounds outside the room. And just start to notice the flavor of your thoughts and the clothes on your skin. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. And I always find coming out of meditation is such an important part of the process, because naturally we want to get on with the rest of our day. But I really, really recommend taking a couple of minutes to really absorb the effort that you've put in and allow the effects of the practice to really materialize. Because it's always lovely to reflect on how you started in the meditation and how you ended. Because I always find there is an element of calm, and there can be a lot of struggles along the way, but there's definitely, it becomes a little bit clearer at the end. And I always love to really feel and nurture the absorption of the practice. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me today, and I'll see you next time.